Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We're continuing my top 100 games of all time. This is 40 to 31. Yeah, it's been a little draining doing these videos. Can't wait to get back to reviewing some games. Got a lot to review, a lot coming up, but we're almost at the finish line. We're more than halfway there. Let's get started right away with number 40, which is new to the list. I got a chance to play this game last year, and I instantly fell in love with it. It can go higher on the list. This is actually a very heavy game. It is not the heaviest game in my collection, but this is PAX Renaissance. So this is part of the PAX system, where the way you buy a card, you leave the money with cards that you skip over. But this is a rather heavier game. And I don't know how to explain it. It's really more like maybe like a hand management. Again, you're trying to control different areas of the board while also maintaining. It's been a while since I played, but it's a pretty mean, highly interactive game. One of the more interactive games out there. I do want to do a review on it one day. Again, not an easy game to table. It's heavier than PAX Premier, which is another PAX game. If you've watched this channel before, you would know about. But and if you are into heavy historical games, it is one that I highly recommend. Again, I hope to talk more about it another time, because I really think it's a game that people should check out. But number 40 is PAX Renaissance. Number 39 is another one that's new to the list. It was on my shelf of shame for about 2 years. This is Nemesis Lockdown. So Nemesis Lockdown is essentially, I guess you call it Alien the board game, or Aliens. You're on a base on Mars, and you're trying to escape. It is semi-cooperative. Now, you are working cooperative with other players, but you're really looking out for yourself. So you can actually be a traitor and try to screw everybody over, but it really doesn't matter who lives and who dies, as long as you make it out. And if you want to mess with somebody else, that is fine. But what I really like about this game is that, in an odd way, it feels like a cinematic experience. Every time you play this game, something different is going to happen. It's going to always end differently, and I like games like that. Is there a lot of randomness? Yeah, but the game is a ton of fun. It looks great on the table. Again, it's not for everybody, but I see why the original was popular. I never played the original. I just have Lockdown. I'm looking forward to the new one, Retaliation. But I really enjoyed Nemesis Lockdown a lot. It has a chance to, go up on this list as well. But as of right now, it is number 39. That is Nemesis Lockdown. Number 38 dropped a little bit, but this is Undaunted. So Undaunted is the system. You see it right back here behind me. So you have Undaunted Normandy, Undaunted North Africa. I was actually playing Undaunted Stalingrad, but that's a totally different game. That's kind of like a legacy game, but you can reset it. So again, Undaunted is a deck building sort of area control a bit. You have these pogs and these tiles on the for the map, and you're playing your cards to move your squads, trying to take over different areas, complete the mission. Each side will sometimes have a different mission depending on the scenario. Really a fantastic system. Love the game a lot. I know there's a new one that just came out, like Undaunted 2550. I forgot the name, but I heard good things about it as well. I really enjoyed that system a lot. Again, deck building is one of my favorite mechanisms, and Undaunted really took it to a different level. And it sounds like something that originally it wouldn't work, but it works so well in that game. So yeah, number 38, Undaunted. 37 is I don't know if I had this on my list last year. I might have not, but this is Ready Set Bet. This is an awesome party game. It's right here behind me. Essentially, it's a horse betting game. You have the app. I highly suggest you use the app. If you're not using the app, somebody can roll the dice and move the horses along. But you're essentially placing your chips where you think which horse is going to win. You're trying to have the most money at the end of the game. Throughout the game, you're going to get certain cards that give you certain abilities and stuff, but it's just so much fun. And if you're a gambling man like me, if you like horse betting or betting in general, you're going to have a ton of fun with this game. It is probably the best party game out there. That is number 37, Ready, Set, Bet. 36, I did not get to review it. I don't know if I'm going to because there's been a lot of coverage on it. But this game took me by surprise. It is new to the list. I have fallen in love with this game. It could go higher. And I just found out that they are releasing an expansion this year. And that is Distilled. So Distilled is I guess you could say a Euro game where you're essentially collecting different ingredients and you're making different liquor. You run a distillery. Again, you could get different machines, hire different people to work for you, and build you up. Interaction, again, it's not high. Again, you steal somebody's card, you take this from me, but what you're doing in the game is just so intriguing and so much fun. It was a game I regret not backing, but I'm glad that I picked it up. It's one of the best games I have played in the last few years. It would be higher on the list if I played it more. I did play it at 5 players, which was really good, but it took a little too long. I think 3-4 is the sweet spot for that game. And that is 36 Distilled. Sorry about that. 35 is another one that's new to the list, and it's also right over here. You can't really see it. It's just off camera. And this is The Last Kingdom. Now, Last Kingdom is a board game that's based off the TV show. I have no recollection of the TV show. I've never heard of it and never watched it. But essentially, it is this game right here. The King is Dead on steroids. So, again, I guess you're playing as a character from the movie or the show, and you're essentially trying to see who is going to win in war. You have there's different armies going at each other, and you're essentially trying to, again, you change different alliances throughout the game, but you're trying to, again, change the course of war. So it's essentially just like King is Dead, but with more players, and it is so good. And I wish it would get more attention. I haven't heard many people talking about it. And another thing, though, too, I can see in a few years this being having a different intellectual property, because again, nobody knows. Again, when I bring up this game, nobody's even heard of the show before. I maybe had 1 or 2 people that said, "Oh yeah, I know what that show is." But yeah, I can see in a few years that them scrapping the IP and putting a different theme, maybe a different theme on it in general. But for now, it is a game I highly recommend. I've been wanting to do a review on it, haven't got around to it, but it is a really good game. That is The Last Kingdom, my number 35. 34 took a big hit. I used to love this game. I still do, but I haven't tabled it that much. And it's a game I played solo a lot, but I really want to start playing with maybe 2 players. I think it'll be a lot more fun. That is Marvel Champions. I've been missing out on the last 3 expansions that came out. I think S.H.I.E.L.D. just came out. You had one of the Apocalypse ones, I think. One of the, there's another one with Juggernaut on the card. I forgot the name, but I missed out on that one. Yeah, I haven't been really keeping up with it. But yeah, it's Marvel Champions, still a great living card game. Again, you got to keep up with it. It costs money. There's so much coming out. I would really like to see a Civil War come out where you can actually have a competitive mode against other players. That would be awesome. Don't know what the future holds for Marvel Champions. Again, a lot of stuff that's out there for it. Still a great game. Took a hit, but it's still pretty high, I think. Number 34, that is Marvel Champions. 33 is also new to the list. This is a worker placement game called Carson City. So Carson City is an older game, but it just got reprinted by Quintet Games. And so essentially what you're doing is you're building Carson City. But this is one of the more interactive worker placement games. So if somebody else takes your spot, you guys are going to have a duel and shoot it out. You can rob other people's buildings, take their money. It's really kind of in your face a bit, which is what I love. It's one of the more meaner worker placement games out there. Again, a really good replayability because there's different cards that you can use in the game. With this, so like essentially every round you're playing a different role on what you can do. Again, nice big map. Games will play different every time the way it's set up. And of course, that's one thing that's important to me is replayability, and Carson City does have it. That's why it's number 33 on my list. Number 32 was on my list last year. This is an excellent engine building type of game. I guess you could call it worker placement as well. This is Age of Atlantis. Unfortunately, I don't think you could find this game in retail at all. This was a Kickstarter. It is one of the biggest hidden gems out there. So this is a company that I don't think they had a pretty good track record. The game El Dorado wasn't that good. And Age of Atlantis took a while to get to me. I believe I picked it up. I got it in 22. And I backed the game in 2020. So it took about almost 2.5 years to get here. People were complaining. I know there's another game they had out there that's been taking forever to get to backers, but Age of Atlantis is a excellent engine building worker placement game. Wish more people can check it out. Hopefully one day they could maybe re-release it. Maybe some other company pick it up, something. But number 32, Age of Atlantis. 31 is a cooperative game, the last number on the one on this list, and that is Project Elite. I just played Project Elite not too long ago. This is a frantic, real-time cooperative game where it pretty much feels like a first-person shooter. You're a bunch of soldiers, you know, either in a lab or with a crashed ship, and all these aliens are coming and attacking you, and it is tough. I have yet to win one game. But yeah, essentially, you have a 2-minute clock. You keep rolling the dice, adding them to your different cards, to your weapons. You want to do different things like search or complete an objective. It's just a frantic cooperative game. I love it. One of the best out there. Again, I just love the tenseness of it. How crazy it can get. I've only played. The highest I played was 4 players. I don't think I would ever play with 6. I think that's a little too much. But it is a game, one of those type of games that you really have to focus on cooperation with your teammates, because if not, you're going to get slaughtered. But Project Elite number 31. Love this game. That's gonna do it for this list today for 40 to 31. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. If we have any crossovers, you know, we'd love to hear it. Leave them in the comments. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today, guys. Keep on the lookout. We're almost done with this list, and you know, I got some more reviews coming up very soon. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, please like and subscribe. Help this little channel grow. Have a great one, folks.